Finally tonight, we close this evening's show with football and family. When Dave and Amy Lutte were making plans for their wedding, the big day couldn't be during baseball and football seasons. Sports have always been important parts of their lives, and as their team expanded, that didn't change. With two sons in the family, many Saturdays are spent together watching sports on television with plenty of food for everyone. If you want a good seat, you'd better get there early. But this family is about far more than wins and losses. Steve Degler has the story.
There is little doubt the Luttes are sports fanatics with a particular interest in the gridiron. Dave is the head football coach at Degler High School. His sons Hunter and Mitchell played at Nazareth and are still involved in the game. And for mom Amy, she loves being part of a football family.
I went to Degler High School and I came back as the assistant athletic trainer. So that's kind of where Dave's and our relationship started to bud. And so we started on the football field, and I have a feeling we're going to be growing old on a football field, so it's just who we are.
Dave, who teaches history at Nazareth Middle School, says Degler instilled Husky pride in him as a student, pride in yourself and your community, and striving to be your best. Before becoming the Huskies' head coach, he had the chance to coach sons Hunter and Mitchell at Nazareth, an experience that had a great impact on all three of them.
I was their middle school coach at Nazareth, and then Hunter's sophomore year, I stayed on Tommy Falzone's staff for 1 year to help with the transition, and then I decided to back away and just enjoy being a dad, and watch them play and watch them grow. I just wanted to step back and enjoy and just watch them without the pressure of coaching or without the they're only playing because dad's on the sidelines. I wanted to leave that out of it and less pressure on them that way.
For me, it was nice to just kind of get that extra time with him because obviously he would be coaching after school anyways. So now I get to spend that time with him too and getting to learn from him. But it was also really neat because we were working for the same goal on two different planes, him at a much higher, more administrative level and me obviously helping out actually on the field.
I really enjoyed playing for him. I grew up my entire life playing football at Eastside Youth Center. And I always felt like after the games, I always went to him, how did I do, Dad? He always told me what I could be doing better. And he always did feel like a coach to me. And I always saw him as a coach because when I was growing up, he always coached at Degler. And I always looked at him as a football coach. And then just going into middle school and him being the head coach, it was just a transition for me that it was good. I enjoyed the relationship. I truly had a good time playing under him.
The boys gravitated to football in very different ways. Mitchell started playing at age 6, while older brother Hunter became interested in 8th grade after Nazareth won the District 11 title in 2011. This past fall, the pandemic gave all three of them a chance to work together. Hunter's senior season at Worcester Polytechnic Institute was canceled, and Mitchell was home taking his classes at Bloomsburg online. They used their extra time to help Dad's program.
Hunter's bringing me a perspective from a college athlete as far as workouts are concerned, as far as strategy is concerned. If I tell him, hey, this week we're thinking about doing this and that, he goes, oh, when we played Western Connecticut, they showed us this is what we did. So, I'm getting a lot of input from a college athlete who has seen a lot of the things that we are seeing. Mitch knows what I want, how I want it. He knows the expectations, and he and I are on the same wavelength. I mean, we're right down the hall from each other at all times. And, when he's watching film and seeing stuff and I'm watching film separately and seeing stuff, it's so smooth having him as a part of the staff because he knows exactly what we're going for.
He kind of told me, he said, Mitch, this is a great opportunity for you as well. This is a chance for you to be interacting with kids. It just looks really good on the resume. And he always, from the first part of him interviewing, wanted to be a part of his staff. And he kind of always talked me in that direction.
Whereas I would have been watching Game Field in preparation for MIT, Merchant Marine, RPI, I now had a chance to kind of bring things full circle and go back to watching Emmaus, Parkland, Allen, and seeing how I can help contribute to another team's success, even though I cannot work towards my own team's success.
Mitchell is a secondary education social studies major at Bloomsburg. He is scheduled to graduate in December and says his dad has been a major influence in choosing to be a teacher and a coach.
He was a role model to me growing up, still is. I look at the impact he's had on Nazareth and the stuff he does in the classroom, and I aspire to be that. I mean, he gets nominated for several awards, and you could see when he has interactions in the classroom, it's just something that I want to have in the future. But I wouldn't say his career path always dictated what I wanted to be. I always had a love for giving back and helping the youth, and social studies has always been my favorite subject. So I figured going to college, this would be the best thing. And it was very helpful and fruitful seeing how he did it and how he kind of progressed as a teacher.
Hunter will graduate from WPI in May with a degree in electrical engineering. He has also been a member of the Navy ROTC program at Holy Cross, and he will begin his military service this summer.
So myself and 2 other midshipmen were the only ones assigned submarine duty from our unit. So after graduation, we will report down to Nuclear Power School in Charleston, South Carolina for a year or 2 of nuclear power training. And then from there, I will select my first boat and become a division officer there, where I will basically be in charge of managing a group of people as well as maintaining the nuclear reactor and running the ship.
Dave and Amy will pin the officer bars on Hunter this spring, and she says she tears up just thinking about it. She knows Mitchell will be excellent in the classroom because he is great with children, something that started with the Best Buddies program in middle school. As one might expect, Mom and Dad are very proud.
I couldn't be happier, obviously. As they were growing up, I couldn't have handpicked 2 opposite children if I went in somewhere. They both definitely took different paths, but our rules were always they had to be involved in something. We honestly didn't care what it was. The second rule is you couldn't quit. You had to make your goals and finish it out. And I really think it translated into fine young men that are really followed their passion, and they're both dean's list every semester. Like, I couldn't ask for anything more.
You know, to have one son that's going to be defending our country, you know, it actually brings tears to your eyes. And to have another son, you know, become an educator and a coach, you know, which is going to be his career choice. He'll be graduating next December. You know, the best compliment I ever get from these guys are what nice young men they are. You know, great athletes, okay, that's wonderful. But when people tell me what nice, young, respectful young men they are, that's really what it's all about, and that's what makes me the most proud.
Amy, who works for Merck Pharmaceutical, says their family revolves around sports and they really enjoy spending time together.
This house is always fun. There's always laughter. There's always camaraderie. It's always, no matter, we've had some challenges like everybody else through our journey, and with sick parents and just overcoming some things, but we've always stayed together. We've all laughed through it, and we've all just kind of stuck together.
Hunter and Mitchell have gone from ball boys on that Blue Eagles team that won district gold in 2011 to young men with very bright futures ahead of them. Dave and Amy are to be congratulated for the work they have done on and off the field. They continue to embody that Husky pride.